As American Idol winner Scotty McCreery sang in 2011, she was hot as July and as sweet as sunshine. How on earth did he know what the kid of the week was going to be? I don't know. Anyway, it's Monday Matters right here on Gary's Stuff. Hi there, I'm Gary. Welcome to my channel. Welcome back if you've been here before. Today is indeed Monday Matters. As usual, there's the segment about the news of the week. There's a segment on what I've been up to on my bench. And of course, there is the segment on this week's featured kit of the week. Now, all these bits come as chapters, so you can hop backwards and forwards as your heart desired to your favourite bits. If you enjoy the show and you'd like to support the channel at no cost to yourself, the best thing to do is to subscribe. If you then also hit that bell, you'll be notified of all my future content as it's published. And of course, anything you see on my channel that you really like, give it the old imperial thumbs up on the like button below, because every like counts. And if you would like to support the channel in a bit more of a concrete way, then there are various programs listed in the information box below that you can join. Okay, before the news, a few things to catch up with. The raffles. Now, Aston in Texas has received his raffle prize, the Food by Combat base set from ICM with the wonderful 1/35th scale Tahi helicopter and some ground figures and so on and so forth. We talked about it on the live stream. I've talked about it with some of my supporters, and it looks like there's, people would be quite happy if I ran a raffle more frequently. So maybe like once a month. So that's what I'm going to start doing. Probably going to start next month. I've got plenty of kits here that I've reviewed and I'm never, ever, ever going to build. So once a month, I'll put one up to be raffled. Some will be bigger than others. All you have to do, but I'll be using the same company because it worked pretty seamlessly, I think, at least. I hope you did too. Is you go to the website where my raffle's been hosted, you register there just with your name and address, otherwise they won't know who to contact if you win. And you answer a simple question, and then you can buy tickets for the raffle after that because you've entered a competition by answering a question using your skill and judgment. So we can do this in America and other countries where raffles are viewed as gambling. So it's not a raffle. It's a competition. Okay. So I'll run one a month, probably for a couple of weeks at a time. It'll be open for a couple of weeks at a time. Obviously, I'll be shouting out about it on Monday Matters and probably even separate videos as well. And whoever wins it, whatever you've won, I will send it to you no matter where you are in the world. So no matter where you are in the world, you can enter it. I mean, as witnessed by Aston getting his kit delivered to him in Texas. And remember, the other thing is that 10% of the proceeds goes to Models for Heroes as well. So you'll be doing your bit for charity as well as helping out the running of the channel here. So I can get some stuff to make things look even better than they do now. I want to improve my production standards on this channel, make things look a bit more slick. So that's what a lot of this is all about. The prizes from the ICM draw as well are already on their way, I believe. One to Australia and one to Hungary. So again, ICM are happy. If you're into a draw, they will ship your prize to wherever you are. I do have 3 gallery airbrushes on offer from Gallery themselves as a prize for something or other. I'm not sure how I'm going to disperse those yet. Maybe another prize draw, first, second, and third prizes from the draw. And again, Gallery will ship the product direct to you. So I'll think of something and I'll announce it in next week's Monday Matters. Okay, that's all for the moment. Let's make a start with the show and crack on with the news of the week. Of course, in the last week, the biggest noise has been all about the new AIRFIX Spitfire Mark 8 in 1/24th scale, based on their previous Mark 9, but with new wings, instrument panel, and of course, a retractable tailwheel. They are starting to come off the production line in New Haven as I speak, and stock should be ready to ship by mid-August. If you're looking for a what-if challenge, then how about this Henschel HS-132 Prone Position Jet Dive Bomber, here as a resin kit in 1/32 scale from LEM Kits. REVELL has released a twin pack of its 1/72 scale Panavia Tornado to celebrate 50 years of the first flight of the Tornado. The tooling comes from the 1998 release, which was pretty good, incidentally the one used by Edward in their Desert Babe set, and this new twin pack comes with new decals. Also just released is the long-awaited Type 9C U-boat in 1/144 scale. ZOOMODEL has this Japanese heavy tank in 1/35 scale. All the parts are 3D printed. Also in 1/35 are the combat armour models Bedford trucks. One set has the OSA or OSB version, the other a later version. Stinger models has the M113 ambulance in Australian Army colours, once again in 1/35, as indeed are a couple of new Tigers from TAKOM. First, some experimental vehicles based on the Tiger hull in a 3-in-1 kit, so you can choose which version you want to make. Lincoln length tracks, mental barrels and photo etch parts included. The second is this VK4502 from Henschel, an intermediate between what we know now as the Tiger 1 and the Tiger 2. Unfortunately, in this kit, the hull doesn't have the sloping front of the VK4502, so a bit of an error there from TAKOM. To naval weapons from TAKOM, first the PJ-38 130mm naval gun in 1/35 scale, something that equips a Type 052D and Type 055 destroyers of the Chinese Navy. The kit comes with metal barrel and some photo etch. Also from TAKOM is this Chinese HHQ-10 short-range surface-to-air missile system, again 1/35 scale. This model includes a missile for display. Finally, two oldies are coming back. First, this Atlantis rebox of the 1955 REVELL Douglas Skyrocket in 1/54 scale. The Skyrocket was the first aircraft to fly at Mach 2, and the kit comes with a model pilot, possibly Scott Crossfield. And at last, from Atlantis, is this rebox of a monogram kit of 1959 with the frankly fanciful 3-stage-to-orbit reusable rocket designed by German scientist Willy Ley. Guess they really didn't know much about re-entry dynamics back in those early days. On my bench this week, I've put out a few videos. First, of course, was the box review of the Mini Arts P47 kit. I will be making this kit. A few of you have asked. I will be making it, but schedule's a little tight at the moment, but it will be put into the schedule because I really want to make this myself. There was, of course, a short video about the new AIRFIX Spitfire, partly to explain what it's all about and partly to explain why AIRFIX didn't have a press release about it. Well, they had a press release. Well, they didn't have a press event about it. It's a second release of a kit they already do, the 9C. A few extra, different parts. The wings are different. The obviously it's got a retracting tail wheel and the instrument panels are different. Other than that, it's underneath it all. It's the same kit as the Mark 9. So no point making such a huge song and dance about it. It is a second release of a kit, basically. But thanks to Dale at AIRFIX, I was able to show you some visuals about the bits that are different and also show you the 3 schemes. They themselves are really only mentioning the Australian Air Force scheme, Royal Australian Air Force scheme. There's also an RAF scheme for Burma and a United States Army Air Force scheme for the desert included in the box. If you're kind of interested in what it's going to look like, have a look at it. I will be getting one of these kits soon, I'm sure, and I will be building it for the channel as well, because I really, really, really like that large 1/24 Spitfire that AIRFIX are doing these days. I also published the second part of the Marauder build, so that was getting it essentially up to the point where I'm priming and painting. I've started the paintwork on it and a few of the other bits and pieces as well. So that is making its way towards the third and final part. Before I can do that, of course, I will have to paint some crew figures and I'll have to do the base for it. But none of that should be terribly tricky. Maybe sometime in the next couple of weeks that should be finished. I've also been building my P38 Lightning in 1/48 scale. Just this morning, I was painting the yellow tips onto the propellers for it, and I was using new AK acrylic markers, and I have to say, they've impressed me very, very, very much. I've got something else I'm going to try them on as well. I think they're really good so far, so I'll be doing a review of them as well before too long. Of course, I had the two brush videos from Gallery, or about Gallery. The first one was about the Amazon Prime Day. Obviously, these are offers just open to Prime members. And then there was a second offer, which was released yesterday. That was about Amazon's just store, online store, and there's 20% off across many, many online stores that Amazon run on many of their airbrushes, and I was able to share a special 15% extra discount I was able to negotiate with them, which run on the US, the UK, and the Australian websites. So 60% off everywhere you go. If you're in the USA, UK, or Australia, you can get an extra 15% off, and 35% off some of these airbrushes makes them an insanely good deal, I think. Also, we had a live stream in the week, as usual. Nice and lively. I used StreamYard for the first time so I could highlight your comments. It's something I couldn't do in OBS before without installing some extra bits and pieces. Well, I don't understand all that. So StreamYard did it all for me. We had Nick's countdown. I was about to say, I always say countdown conundrum. It's Nick's live stream conundrum. And that was ended up as the 1/35th scale set of Velociraptors from Tamiya. And someone did guess that. So someone is going to be getting a prize from Mystery Box Nick. How can he do all of these amazing giveaways? Well, this is his spare room with just a part of his stash. He's got about 1,500 kits in his stash, apparently. So, Nick, thank you very much for your generosity again. There is another one already here for the next live stream, which is the 1st of August. I'll remind you of that in the week ahead, of course. I'm also still working through my second starter set of the P51 Mustang, making that look nice and pretty. And of course, I'm still moving ahead with the Matchbox Chinook as well. So soon enough, there'll be a little bit more room on my workbench. However, I know most of you have come along and stayed along this long to find out what is this week's featured kit of the week, and it is going to be the absolutely brand new Bell P39 Aerocobra in 1/48 scale from ARMOUR Hobby. Now, you might recall I've built this in 1/72 scale already. It was an absolute joy, although a little fiddly at times. And I'm thinking the move up to 1/48 should actually have cured some of this. This should be an absolutely epic kit. If it's anything like their 1/48 Hurricane, this will be absolutely superb. And I will be doing a box review of it this week, and I will be starting to build it very, very soon. When the build video comes out, I'm not sure. Might be a week or two yet because of the other things I've got going on. But I am definitely building this. I'm building quite the collection now of 1940s 1/48 scale American fighters. There's so many here to build, and I'm loving them. So that's all for now. I hope you enjoyed the show. If you did and you'd like to support the channel for free, best thing to do is to make sure you subscribe. If you also then hit the bell, you'll get a notification of everything I publish as it is released. And of course, anything you like, please do remember, give it the old imperial thumbs up on that like button below, because every like counts. Thank you so very much for joining me today. Hope to see you again very soon on the channel. Take good care now, and goodbye.